2023 was year one for my channel, and it was amazing. Thank you so much for watching. But it was also kind of strange. So here's my favorite random strange moments. Hey, so Hollywood isn't making any new movies at the moment, something about a strike and AI and all that stuff. So can I just recommend an oldie but a goodie for you? It's called The Mask of Zorro. Antonio Banderas, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Anthony Hopkins, from a director who would later make Casino Royale. It's from an era of movies, the 90s, where things could just be fun. And things didn't have to be taken so seriously. The right amount of action, comedy, and story just makes for a great thing to watch. And it's currently on Netflix if you're looking for a good time. Toxic Avenger looks horrible. I can't wait to see it. This trailer is giving me old B-movie vibes. These types of movies make me laugh in a very special way, and it's something that I hope everybody tries at least once in their life. You're not laughing because it's funny, you're laughing because it's awfully funny. Ideally with a drink in hand. Do you like movies that are weird? A24 just announced they're making a movie based off of the Death Stranding video game. Why is that weird? Well, let me give you an idea. In the game, Norman Reedus protects a baby from Mads Mikkelsen using grenades made out of his own pee. So I will ask again. How do I say this without getting demonetized? Richard's the Musical. We have a trailer. The exact opposite of Cats the Musical. From the people behind The Greatest Showman? I doubt that. And Borat. Okay, this makes sense now. This man and his work always makes me laugh, even if I'm a little ashamed of it. So when Richard's the Musical hits theaters, I'm gonna see it. And if that's your type of humor, then you should too. Who the heck thought of this? This anime acid trip was looking like the original Suicide Squad movie for a moment. And then the pig people showed up. Apparently this is just a movie, not a series, so we won't have to waste too much time on this. But good golly gosh, who would have thought of this? I mean, Batman owns Twitter. Let me explain. In the Blue Beetle movie, at Jaime's house, the news is talking about how Bruce Wayne just bought Twitter. Now we all want to believe he'd be using it to fight crimes. But let's have a little fun with this. What do you think he'd rename it to? My money's on batter. He'd probably make the term metahuman a slur, and he'd probably ban someone who criticizes Batman while reinstating Ra's al Ghul's Twitter account. Wow, what a totally crazy fictional world that would be. Twitter wants to be Twitch now. Let me explain. Good old Elon got the bright idea to let gamers stream directly to the platform. He really does want it to be an everything app. Shame it's good for nothing. An animated Among Us TV show is happening. From the creator of Infinity Train no less, which honestly I think is a perfect fit. The ink isn't dry on this deal, so don't expect it soon. I'm thinking 2024 at the very earliest. Still, it feels a little late for this to be happening. I mean, I feel like the Among Us phase is over. Is it? You know what though? If it's good, it's good. Like seriously, Netflix, what are you doing? An anime based off Far Cry Blood Dragon. You mean the spoof cyberpunk spin-off of Far Cry 3? Okay. I mean, it looks fine, but who came up with this? Who was asking for this? Who wanted this? There are now Squid Game slot machines. And if you lose too much money on them, then you're taken away so that you can participate in the next Squid Games. Nah, I'm just playing, but seriously. Considering how everyone in that show is deep in debt, you'd think that a gambling machine would be the last thing that they'd make. But here we are, I guess. Let's rank the Mission Impossible movies. Gotta put number 2 at the bottom. It's a strange story, strangely told. The first one is much better. Fun, but cheesy. Number 3 is a solid action flick and made us care about J.J. Abrams for a bit. Rogue Nation introduces the series' best villain and Ilsa Faust, and some of my favorite stunts. Dead Reckoning Part 1 is basically 3-hour setup for what I hope to be an incredible Part 2. Ghost Protocol proved the series could stand tall with Bond and Bourne. And finally, the best stunts, the best action, the best villains, the best story, and the best Mission Impossible, in my opinion. Let me know your ranking in the comments. Martin Scorsese versus Marvel, round 2. The last time the director bashed Marvel, he came across as a blockbuster-hating boomer, which... this time his argument is much stronger, mostly because the MCU is a lot weaker, but also because of Oppenheimer. Scorsese cited that film and director Christopher Nolan as what people should be reporting instead of these mass-budget superhero films. Scorsese made a great pick, considering Oppenheimer made just shy of $1 billion worldwide and is generally considered an excellent cinematic film. So I guess Martin Scorsese's hand is going up in ranking the Arrowverse. Is Stargirl part of this? I don't know. Black Lightning, I watched the first season of it and it didn't grab me. Same with Batwoman. Legends of Tomorrow was enjoyable, but way too cheesy. Superman and Lois, I think, is a fun approach to the couple, even though the characters sometimes fall flat. Supergirl is nothing extraordinary, but perfectly enjoyable. The Flash went for the longest and ended the universe, even though it wasn't always good. Head and shoulders above everything else, though, is Arrow. It's why we call it the Arrowverse, and frankly, it should have ended with Arrow. But that's just me. Comment your ranking down below. Top 10 box office movies of 2023. Number 10 is Ant-Man Quantumania. Kang couldn't save this one. Number 9 is Elemental. I still don't think this movie turned a profit, but I'm glad people ended up seeing it. Number 8 is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. Still wish more people saw this one. Oh well. Number 7 is The Little Mermaid, the remake. Number 6 is Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, the best movie on this list in my opinion. Number 5 is Fast X, the worst movie on this list. Number 4 is Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I bet Marvel really regrets trying to cancel James Gunn right about now. Number 3 is Oppenheimer, possibly Christopher Nolan's best movie. Number 2 is the Mario movie. Fair enough. And number 1 is, of course, Paw Patrol the movie. Nah, I'm just playing. It's the Barbie movie. Did this list surprise you?